So in beautiful chant, this is what it says in this. He praises the Lord. He says, "Glory to my beloved Prabhu Shri Ram. Incomparably beauty," meaning his magnificence, his beauty cannot be compared with any other. You are the cynosure of all eyes. You are it. You are beauty personified. He says, "My Lord, you are both personal and impersonal." You have the Sagun and Nirgun. Sagun means form, like the human form. Nirgun, Nir means without. So Nirgun means without form. The formless Lord. You take both forms, my Lord. You have both forms. Both the unseen and the seen. And because of your pure love for your devotees, you take the seen, the Sadguru, and you come to your devotees. Why? So that we can identify with you. We can hold you. We can understand you. If you have to understand someone, you have to come to their level. So the Lord is both the Nirgun, without form, formless, and also the form, the Sagun. He recognizes that. He says, "My Lord, you are the master of all the modes of material nature." Now, there is something called the gunas. All man is governed by the gunas. There are 3 states of the gunas. You have Sadgun, Rajagun, and Tamagun. Tamagun is slothfulness, laziness, where one does not do anything. He doesn't care. And Rajagun is where is a person like Rama. He's spicy, always moving, doing things. And then you have Satugun. Satugun is purity. Now these are tendencies all within man, all within us. We have those 3 tendencies. At times we can be so good and spiritual, and at other times we can be like devil. You know, all that is within the capacity of all human beings. But when one transcends this by virtue of devotion and prayers, you suppress and get rid of all the negativities, and you propagate only the positives. He says, "My Lord, that is our state, but you are free from these." The Lord doesn't have these. He's not governed by the gunas. We are all governed by the gunas. This is his praises that he's singing before he leaves. He says, "My Lord, the arrows, the fierce arrows that you have are enough to shatter the mighty arms of the 10-headed. If you look at the picture of Sri Ram, he has the bow and arrows. That is a form of protection. It is just symbolic of protection. He doesn't have to use that. A mere wish and things can happen. He doesn't have to use the physical weapons. And that is power of the Lord. And one who lives that kind of life, he is always being protected by that bow and arrow. He said, And people like Ten had it referring to Ravan. Ravan is not only that person who lived in Lanka. Anybody with those qualities are Ravans. So in other words, a Ravan is a person who has bad qualities, who cultivates bad qualities. So he says, unceasingly, my Lord, unceasingly, without stop, he says, I worship this all-merciful Ram, yourself. Continuously, I worship you. He says, you are the ornament of the earth. I want to look at the choice of words that he takes. You are the ornament of the earth. When one puts on an ornament, when you bedeck yourself with various ornaments and jewelry and so on, it enhances your personality. It brings out something different in you. You see somebody, perhaps, you say, is that you? You know? So the ornament adds to the beauty, adds to whatever. He says, you are the ornament of the earth. Think in terms of the various types of flowers, greenery. When you see them in their vast differences and the beauty and the magnificence of these, you know, you fall head over heels for the beauty. He said, my Lord, you are that. That's only part of your beauty. He says, you represent that, my Lord. You are the ornament of the earth. Because of your presence, earth has taken a new luster. That's because of presence. You have increased value, so to speak, of earth. You are the ornament of the earth. You are endowed with a dark form, my Lord, like the rain-burdened cloud. Now, I want to elaborate on that a little bit. Like the rain-burdened cloud. When rain is imminent, you can tell. You see the clouds gather. They are thick, heavy, black. And you know rain is going to come. And when the rain falls, what happens? It brings life to man, animal, the trees, the aquatic animals, everybody. Enjoys that. It enhances life. My Lord, you are that rain-burdened cloud. Your blessings are such. The rain that falls is the blessing that emanating from you. When we get that kind of blessing, we grow, we energize, we blossom forth as human beings. He says, my Lord, you are that. He says, your face is like the blue lotus. The blue lotus is a beauty that is incomparable. Your face is like that, Lord. He is saying, in other words, that I am looking at beauty personified. There is nothing more beautiful than my beloved Sri Rama. He says, your large eyes, my Lord, resemble the red lotus. Everything about the Lord is lotus. He is referred to as lotus. The finest, the most beautiful. You are possessed of long arms, which rid devotees of the dread of birth and death. I said the long arms is symbolic of the embrace of all. The Lord embraces all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's his power. He says, my Lord, all your devotees, you rid the devotees of the dread of birth and death, transmigration of the soul. You know, Solomon in his book of wisdom said, to be born in a sound body with sound limbs is a reward of the virtues of the past lives. What does that tell us? That to be born in a sound body, we have reincarnated. It is something because that we attained from the past lives. To be born in a sound body with sound limbs is a reward of the virtues of the past life. That is the reward that we have inherited in this life. Many have not had the gift of having a perfect human system. Some born without hands, some with no hands, no feet, some without eyes, some without the power of hearing. think of that situation. Think how fortunate we are to have all our faculties intact, as opposed to the person who is born without these. So we have incarnated in this because of our good deeds. Bhare bhagya manushatan pava. Sur dulabh sat grantha hikava. It was out of great good fortune that we acquired this human system. It is the finest and the crown of the Lord's creation. Bhare bhagya manush. Manushtan means the body of the human being. Sur dulabh sat grantha hikava. Sur means devgans. Durlabh means difficult. It is difficult even for the devgans to get this body. Sadhana dham moksha karadva. Sadhana dham. It is a home by which we can perform sadhana, which we can perform great good deeds, devotion. That is the reason for having the human system. Moksha karadvara. Moksha, it opens the door to liberation. Through this, we can attain liberation. Not through any other form of life. No other form of life gives you that capacity to transcend the world, to reach the Lord's Dham. That is the power of the human birth.